If your records are starting to sound worse and you suspect that you might have an issue with your cartridge, I have a solution that only costs $2 and may rescue your cartridge. Let's go. So when I first started getting into vinyl, there were so many options for cleaning that I was seeing, and maintenance for your records and for your record player. Extremely overwhelming. Also, I didn't have a lot of money, so it was really hard for me to figure out what I actually wanted to do, what I wanted to use without damaging, my turntable or my records. I think during this time I watched like hundreds and hundreds of videos of people showing how they cleaned records using household items. Some people would use, dish detergent. They'd use microfiber cloths. They'd use little like paintbrush type of things to put soap or scrubbing bubbles or wood glue and all this stuff. And it was so overwhelming. Half the opinions I saw would say, oh, this is a great idea. The other half were like, no, you're going to destroy your records. You're going to ruin your turntable. And even though I had like an all-in-one turntable at the time, I was terrified to try homemade solutions. So I kind of saved up my money. I decided that an anti-static brush, a stylus brush, and I had like one of the the RCA kind of wet brushes, and that's how I maintained my records. And eventually I saved up, I got a spin clean. That is how I've cleaned my records for years. And recently I put out a video about how my spin clean had made my records sound worse. You can check that one out and see just what kind of happened, but basically a lot of gunk had got onto my records and they all sounded bad. This ended up actually transferring some gunk onto my stylus, and suddenly even records that I knew that sounded good were starting to sound bad. This really scared me. I thought I was going to be out $200 to replace my stylus. I thought that a lot of the gunk had kind of built up. I know that I've seen other people who have put their stylus under a microscope and shown like just how much buildup there's been on it, and they've had them professionally cleaned and they've had great results. I was worried that that was the method that I was going to have to be going down. So I started to do some research. My little stylus brush was not cutting it. I thought about maybe getting an Onzo, but I'd heard there were issues with those transferring gunk onto the stylus. Heard about wet cleaners, but also heard, okay, maybe that'll damage the needle as well. There was only one home remedy that I could find that I could not find anything negative about. I was against and I avoided this method for years. But I had no option. It was either I was going to be out a bunch of money or I was going to try this option. So I did it. And I went onto Amazon and I purchased a box of Mr. Clean Magic Erasers, a 2-pack for $4. You only need one. You only need a part of one actually. So $2 was what I was all into it. Pull out the eraser. Pull out the eraser, you basically take a knife, cut off a little tiny section, and that's all you need. You then put it onto your turntable, you lift up your tone arm, you put your stylus over top of it, you drop the cueing lever, you pick it up, you drop the cueing lever again. That's all there was to it. And guess what? It got all the crap off of my stylus. I could not believe it. I have been avoiding this for so long, and it was the best solution I possibly could have had. So if you're in a situation like I was, where you are terrified that your stylus is going to need a significant deep clean, you're going to need to get replaced professionally, like cleaned, try this. It actually might work. It won't damage your stylus. Try it out. It seems so stupid, but hey, sometimes the dumbest solutions are the best ones. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.